it's just really a feel thing. To me, ballads, slower songs feel better with this traditional grip. It's actually kind of harder to master, and there's many techniques you can use. I've seen all these guys, and I'm not very good at it, all these finger techniques like this. Build your hands up, do really fast stuff. I mean, if you want to spend all day, you know, doing that, that's fine, you know. Match grip, there's also many ways. Buzz roll, by the way. Those are two basic grips, and it's just a matter of feel. Real fast rock stuff usually feels better with this match grip type of grip. For some reason, the traditional grip is better for me on songs that people are singing, if that makes any sense. But you incorporate and switch off, you know, just however it feels to you. You know, there are no rules that, you know, never happen.
You like dynamic when you're playing quite
yeah. It could be a dynamic thing, absolutely, yeah.
Because I noticed last night, I think you closed with Going Out West, and you used the traditional grip on a pretty straight rock song. You know what
I did, and just because I realized one of the last times we were playing it, man, it felt good playing that. And you always pick up from the last time that you played something, and you know, that's how things evolve. That's the plan of the Abts right there. Yeah.
Destructo.
Let me just demonstrate a couple of stick things. There's something called the 26 rudiments of drumming, and it's kind of like just warm-up exercises, starting with the long roll. Long roll is left, right, left, right, left. Double stroke roll is 2 on each hand. These are just, you know, they've been, through the years, the rhythms have been knocked or dissed because there was a time when people used to play rudiments around the drum kit, and that's just basically an exercise, and that's really not playing music. But it's a good way to learn how to get around the drum set. There's something called the paradiddle, which if you have multiple drums set up, this is where the paradiddle comes in. It's right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right. So if you're playing with another drum, everything's a combination of a single stroke and double stroke. That's what all the rudiments are. Here's a 5-stroke roll, which is 2 doubles and a single. Stroke roll, 11-stroke roll. They just go on and on, but they're just things to warm up and get your hands in shape. And you know, if you're going to start playing drums, I would recommend learning these rudiments. On the hand drum, I don't have perfect technique as, say, somebody like Mark Quinones has, or somebody you know, who's indigenous to Cuba, but there's many ways to make sounds off the hand drum. One of them is a big hand right in the middle to get that bass tone. You got to really have it between your legs. That bass tone is really good. There's many ways to achieve it, but that's basically it, just like that. And then there's the right there toward the end of the drum. It's a double and there's some singles, and you can mute to get that high end thing right there. There's another thing I play, and it involves a fast upbeat on the hi-hat. Let me try to explain it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's a faster, more like a 16th note hi-hat thing.
Wow.
Wow. Those are a couple things I incorporate in my solo sometimes. Any other questions?
No, but I just heard something recently. I recently heard of the Molar technique. You heard that technique? I have no idea what it is.
That's when it gets into rocket science. It's a grip type thing.
Supposed to make it easier to work at.
It was invented by Mr. Molar, I think. But it's all in the science of how your hand moves up and down. And that's what that's involved. I couldn't even tell you exactly what it is. I'm sure I've studied it to some point, but it involves the whole, it's like a bird in flight, you know, the whole science of the bird in flight and how they do that thing. And there's actually some techniques to do. It's called a Molar technique. Yeah.
You ever use weighted drumsticks?
I think I did when I was younger. I had a pair of lead drumsticks, and you use those for practice. And the point being, using these really heavy drumsticks, and then when you pick up yours, they're going to be light as a feather, and they'll be really fast and take off. You know, that's what that is. Yeah. Good question.
Matt, since we're in Jamaica, can you show us with the hi-hat and the snare and explain the time signature of reggae versus what you play generally with rock and jazz?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's in my estimation that reggae, all good forms of music are reinvented by taking some other form of music and putting their own spin on it. And a lot of reggae music was, back in the 50s, the only music was on the radio was the big thing. This was before the internet or anything like that. And there were some radio stations. Reggae is very influenced by Motown. Motown, which is soul music. And a typical Motown song would have a beat like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As in any other different countries, you know, it's like the rhythm to their language, you know, the Spanish, you know, it's very percussive and it comes out in their music, you know. They're not in Rio de Janeiro, they're all playing these crazy 6/8s and it sounds just like they talk, you know. So the reggae beat, the emphasis was put on the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where that note sound. They go into the same thing, but that's reggae. It's heavy emphasis on the 3. With the bass drum and the click at the same time. 1, 2. It's just the way they heard it, you know. And it's all ethnic music is like that. Music is a language, but it kind of comes from their vocal language too, and how, you know, again, it's why there's Cuban music, you know, it's so advanced, and they speak, and the emotion in which they speak, you know, you can imagine like an Italian, you know, Italian music. Bunch of hotheads over there. Music comes out like that.
I've got a question for you, man. A big fan of when he got here, he tries to play live. He provides for us, feeding off the vibes of the people around him. I mean, that escalates me to another spiritual plane of existence. And I sense that you guys feed off the love that you provide to us. Is that an accurate observation, or is it too many miles and too many smiles?
If you're in a warm room, it all translates, just like it does now, you know. But you know, we're really fortunate that I mean, I've seen all of your faces many times at shows, you know. So we're like one big family, and that's good. And it translates when we're playing on stage. We don't really have any cold audiences anymore, you know. They're with us and we're with them, you know. That's a good thing. It's great. It's great. So I'm gonna, if anybody wants to purchase these drums, I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna put them at the merch table. They come with a beautiful bag, and you can also go online to everyonesdrumming.com, and they have them there, plus my signature drum. If you're interested in any kind of hand drum, he makes some of the best that I've ever seen, I've ever known. So that's good. And, you know, we're going to do a signing here sooner or later. What time is it?
4.
We're going to do a signing in 15 minutes.
All right.
And again, I hope maybe you learned a little either about me or yourself. But it's so nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
It's just
Thank you.
You know, I never prepare anything because then I can worry about it. And you guys are really warm. You're so easy to talk to, and it's like playing music.
Thanks, Matt.